Hello, I'm going to introduce information right management solution using this material. And I'm June from Code Classic. I usually delivers consulting services for enterprise customers. And this material covers Azure Information Protection Technologies and OfficeDocLocer, which is IRM extension to secure enterprise documents. So let me start with agenda of this material. So in the first section, I'm going to introduce some required technologies, background of security tools based on the Windows servers, which is using Active Directory, and then I'm going to introduce IRM solution with values of using IRM solution for your customers or for your company. And then I'm going to show you how to implement the solution. And then I'm going to introduce some available features of OfficeDocLocer, which is a security tool to extend the features of Microsoft IRM solution. So basically, the Microsoft security features for enterprise customers, basically using Active Directory, and then it's a sort of directory service solution. So let me start with directory service for high-level overview for the technology. Basically, directory service is to manage enterprise resources such as files, servers, desktop computers, and printers. So they can be an enterprise resource which can be defined as a user and groups. Groups is for teams such as sales, marketing, or HR. And then they are using devices. And then also your company or your customer may have, their applications which can be a part of enterprise resource. And then definitely there are data, including the documents and databases, some files in the desktop of users, clients, or servers. So as I mentioned earlier, this material is to show you how to secure the enterprise resource. And then basically securing enterprise resource means you need some ways to protect the documents or data and applications. Okay, basically the security solution provides a way to authenticate users and authorize. And then in this material, we are going to cover Microsoft Active Directory for the infrastructure to enable security features for your company. So authentication is about the question who you are. So usually you need to enter the username of the domain and then password. And then the authorization is a question about which permissions you have. You may have full control or only need permission for the file or document. Okay? It's about authorization. So the directory service need to have these features to authenticate or authorize the permissions. And then we are going to cover Active Directory for the base infrastructure to manage the enterprise resource with a secure way. So let me move on to the Active Directory. So it's a sort of the directory service solution based on the Microsoft Windows platform. Definitely can authenticate and authorize users. And then after login, their password and user accounts will be saved as known as credential. And this credential can be used to access any resource in the such as files in the drive or web server or email servers. This credential can be transferred to authenticate and users and then check the permissions. Okay. It usually uses the domain name backslash and username format. And then whenever there is request for authenticate or authorize users, it goes to domain controller, which provide all the services. But actually, there are really a lot of functions and contents to explain how AD works and how to build AD infrastructure. It's really a big deal. It may take a few weeks to learn Active Directory. But anyway, this is very high level overview to understand the requirements of directory service and security tool. Uh, and then I also want to cover Azure Active Directory, which can be, relatively new feature of Microsoft AD. It's a directory service also in cloud. Once you register your domain, such as contoso.com, then actually you have a way to log in to your domain by adding a users in the Active Directory, as named as Azure Dashboard. And of in case that you already have on-premise AD, Active Directory infrastructure, it can be integrated and synchronized with Azure Active Directory. There is a tool. So once you have Active Directory in your infrastructure, and you can connect Azure, and then you can import and export Active Directory users. So basically, when you have a hybrid solution, which is cloud and on-premise both services, then you need to have Active Directory on-premise first, and then you need to synchronize their Active Directory objects with Azure Active Directory. So once you have Active Directory infrastructure, probably using Azure or on-premise, then actually you have a way to enable information protection technologies for your company or your customer. So we have IRM solution. This is a general term to be used to secure enterprise resource. And then Microsoft also has IRM solution, and its name is AIP, which stands for Azure Information Protection. And it provides user interfaces. And so when you open any Microsoft Office documents using MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, and there is a buttons to protect the document by setting teams, permissions, users, as shown in the screen. So you can make the document confidential for internal employees only, and then you can set the permission such as read only, or you can disable some activities like printing. You can let users uh, to read only without printing. So those kind of various permissions can be applied for the enterprise document once you have Microsoft AIP. So this can be done by using Azure AD, which um, has a service in Azure portal. And then users just need to install AIP clients, then they can have this user interface in their current Microsoft Office installations. And then this is quite simple and easy to start. Just in case of you don't have any Active Directory infrastructure in your company, then actually you can just start by accessing the Azure portal and then subscribe domain and then services such as EMS or AIP. So basically, Azure Information Protection is one of the security technologies that you can consider, and this is quite simple and easy. And then in terms of end users, actually they really don't have anything to do. And there is also on-premise solution, which is RMS, Line Management Services. Uh, Actually, there is Azure RMS too, but uh, it, the term of Azure RMS is not being used anymore. And this is for on-premise RMS, which has a server in your infrastructure, in your network. So RMS is basically on-premise solution, which requires AD infrastructure in your company. And then to use the RMS, you need to deploy AD infrastructure first, which has domain controller and DNS services. And then you need to deploy RMS server in your network. And once you have RMS server, then you have a way to secure the enterprise resource, such as applying permissions for the document, as shown in the picture. You can allow users to print or disable printing, or you can add users who has a permission to open the document. And this means that once you apply any permission, and then once you configure users to access, it means that other users in outside of company, they cannot open the document even though they have the document in their disk. For example, let's say you apply there some permission for sales team in your company, and then they just have read only permission. So let's say someone copied the document to the USB external drive, and then probably someone want to share the document in their web drive or in other computers. But as long as their RMS security template has been applied, actually other people, they cannot open the document. They cannot see the document, okay, even though they have a file in their disk. So that's a way. That's a way to secure the enterprise resource, which is intellectual property of your company. So let me move on. IRM solution, and I think the values of having IRM solution can be a good topic to start with. So there should be a way to secure the documents information of your company or your customer's company. because any documents or emails may include very sensitive data for business. It means that there should be a way to secure messages instead of just saying don't share the document, don't share the emails. So by having the Microsoft IRM solution, AIP, Azure Information Protection, uh, you have a very strong and manageable ways to secure enterprise documents because you don't need to just say don't share or don't copy the document to outside of company. It's a security policy that users can easily use. So users can set, other users, which can have permission and teams such as sales or HR for the document. Okay? And then they also can set the permissions such as view only or to disable editing, and they can disable printing documents. And then the document can have an expiration date, such as it should be expired after 1 year. Then you can also set the permission for the email, which is do not forward or do not uh, reply something. So it's it provides a way to secure the documents information, okay? And then it also provides a user interface which can be easily used in the Microsoft Office. In order to implement IRM solution, is to probably your infrastructure, if you consider there are two IRM solutions to consider on your internal network. The first one is on-premise solution, implement IRM without cloud on-premise. It can be some difficult to start. In this case, with AD, deploy the RMS building server, the AD based on the AD infrastructure. It takes a long time. It can be already in place. Deploying the AD infrastructure. Otherwise, installing also has many requirements. In your you need to purchase a server. It can be quite difficult, and there are many to consider high availability. Even installing domain controllers and requirements. So you need to configure DNS. There are many servers for domain controller, and let's say you already have AD infrastructure in place. Let me assume that you just need to deploy RMS server. You just need and then RMS server. AD infrastructure, which is a Windows component, means that you just log into the AD domain, and then you need to configure the enterprise security templates. Once you configure any permission for the document, then and it can be the users can and then use the secret template. Actually, the users they don't configure secret AD and RMS servers on the client. It means that you can after deploying RMS server, you need to configure RMS server security template, and this can be very and then consistent way. This can be done the security RMS server or the not in the client. And there are nothing to install on the client side. Consistent security so once templates you configure the secret templates on RMS server, then every user and then there is nothing domain to install on the client machines. So see the user interfaces as long as you have an AD infrastructure, apply the secret templates, then using RMS can be done very quickly, such as Excel, very simple Word, and PowerPoint and Outlook. And in any Microsoft Office clients, and in the cloud scenario, you just use the secret need to register domain to Azure AD. So because you already have and then you already have directory services for Azure information protection in the Microsoft Office, and then you can set the permission. Actually, there are many changes of the name and country to open or to edit using easily Azure because there is a quite straightforward user interface solution. And then you need to add users and groups, okay? And then for Azure AD, I think this slide
or
has, using
in case
cloud,
you have
in case
not
that
in
you
the
have
proper
Active
text.
Directory in place.
Okay.
So
Then
I
you
just
can
mentioned
synchronize
how to
the Active
secure
Directory
enterprise
to be
document
used in
Azure
cloud
AD
in
on-premise.
and in case of cloud scenario, the users need to install the AIP client tool. Then they can see the user interfaces to apply the security templates and document permissions in their Microsoft Office. And let me introduce the OfficeDocLocer. Uh, it's basically extension of Azure Azure Information Protection or RMS tool. It can extend the features to apply some advanced policies for the documents in the and for the enterprise documents. So the first feature function that you can use by using OfficeDocLocer is to secure attached file in the email. So you can apply the permissions for attached documents automatically. Basically, the RMS security templates are static. So the administrators they can configure the security templates in the server, but basically they are very static templates, such as lead permissions for sales team or disable printing. Uh, they are basic templates that you can use. But in the email, actually, the sender of email decide who will receive this message and then who will have the attached document by setting the to and CC of the email. So you also need to uh, have a way to apply the templates dynamically. So using OfficeDocLocer, then actually you can have a way to apply the security templates only for recipients of the email. So let's say you have email uh, to someone or sales team, then when you attach the document to email, then you have a way to apply the permission only for sales team and the recipient of this email. And the rest can be assigned with when you're using RMS or AIP. And then in case you have file servers which have many gigabytes or terabytes of documents in the server, then actually, it can be quite difficult to apply the permissions or apply the secret templates for the files, all the files in the server. So OfficeDocLocer can lead the directory structure and then can lead for your own organization table or template. Then you can apply the permissions for the folder or files accordingly based on the custom data file, which can be on XML. And then you can map to the folder to apply the permissions for each team for the files in the folder in file servers. Okay, so it provides a way to secure the document for which is attached in the email, and then you can also apply the secret templates for the file servers using the OfficeDocLocer. So this tool can be used for your messaging system and then file servers in your infrastructure. And thank you for watching this video. And then when you have an inquiry for the IRM or OfficeDocLocer solution, then please use this uh, contact, and then we can start discussion. Thank you.